It's March 27th, 2024, and I found this information interesting about the Red Heifers and the Temple Institute. Now, I have a link for the Temple Institute radio. This is very religious. It's almost hard to understand. Sorry. Um, you have to really know the Old Testament and Torah to really get it. Um, not That's not me. Um, but if you are schooled in this area, then by all means, you'll get it. Uh, there was a ceremony today for the Red Heifers. It's called the Red Heifer ceremony. Um, I'm sorry, Red Heifer conference. I take that back. And they are going through the motions of the ceremony for Friday. And what I learned on the Temple Institute is that they're going to have uh, the ceremony first, and go. They have the high priest, and he's obviously been pre-selected for this, and he will be dressed in a certain type of garb, and he will go through the ceremony. Once he's finished, he's cleansed and etc. There's obviously a procedure, but um, what I found really interesting is that the rabbi that purchased the property for where the temple will be built is in the Mount Olives. 12 acres was purchased where the ashes will be laid at Passover. That's what it said on the website. So if you go to templeinstitute.org, this is where the information came from. So I was just curious, like the information that I gleaned from it, I was looking all over, it was like Temple Institute, Temple information, just kind of circling around what exactly this means. So if you're curious and you're wondering, what does this all mean? To the average Jewish person that's secular, they don't really, it doesn't really, it's not that it doesn't mean anything, it just doesn't have as much, it doesn't faze them as much as somebody that's religious. Um, as it was reported in a CBN report, most Jewish people in Israel are kind of like passive about it. And it's mainly important to, and this is how it was reported, it's mainly important to Americans and Christians what is going on with the Red Heifer ceremony. That's how it was reported. So I'm just going to leave the link in the description box. You can listen to the Temple Talk Radio if you decide to do that, but you need to get a Torah to read and study this. I mean, it's pretty elaborate. I don't I don't know. That's totally up to you, but I listened to it and I was lost. Um, I would basically just try to size it down to this, that I'm doing my best to report it, and I think it's easier to report it than to. I'm going to leave the link there, but the best surmise that I can give you is that you need almost an interpreter to understand all this Hebraic understanding, from Deuteronomy to um, Exodus to all these different scriptures that they lay out for the whole reasoning behind the whole layout of the temple. Everything down from King Nebuchadnezzar to, I mean, it's very deep. It's a deep study if you get into it. I just touch the surface, basically. But I'm sorry if I'm illiterate in that area, but I am not. I never realized how heavily into it until I like started just doing some homework on it. So the Temple Institute is obviously a very big deal if you really get into it. But like the report on CBN said that most people who follow these reports are mostly religious and Christians, and mainly the people that are following it are from America. That's the report. So that's it for me. Good night. God bless.